Technical Option Traders Inc. Hope you guys are having a great day. So let's get the week covered. Let's see what's happened here. So our top performing sectors, let's have a look at them. Okay, so natural gas is leading the way here with energy, following oil and gas. So these are the ETFs here that are doing well. So we have silver, copper, DBP's precious metals, and commodities here, gold, and the US dollar, right? So the worst performing sectors you can say is tech, financials, XLB, airlines, and all these sectors here. So as we can see, if you had just invested into natural gas year to date, so from beginning of 2020 till now, you're up about 35%, energy's 31, XOP's 24, right? So let's have a look individually how they're all doing. All right, so DBP is precious metals. Precious metals on the weekly time frame looking very strong here. It's curling upwards. Okay, so we have these little curls here that's pushing the price upward. That's great. You can see a big push, big volume coming in today. So these are all defensive stocks, and you can say that the last time they made all-time highs was in the era of 2010 and 2011. All right, so we can see that happening there, right? So that's important to keep an eye on and see if precious metals finally start to wake up. If they do, we can see copper, aluminum, and all those stocks or even sectors do really well. So something to keep an eye on here. Commodities, this is doing really well here right now. They're going to all-time high, so it's already trading at levels that it was trading in 2012 to 2014. So it's in the supply area now. Now what's left to see is how it does, how the price action responds, right? You could see the volume nodes here are getting big and they're getting strong, so more volume is coming in, and we can see the buy sell rates, and they've been accumulating to the upside today. There was phenomenal in this week, there was phenomenal volume in commodities. So commodities could still continue to go in these coming weeks. So I would not be surprised if commodities led the way here. Okay, so gold here, you guys can see multiple trend lines on the weekly. It's also curling up, right? So right about here, it's curling to the side, and my target has been 184. So now this target's been met for me, but what I want to watch for is for gold to make new levels here. So I want to see a price consolidation between 194 and 184, and it could very well just rip through this because gold has been trying to make a comeback for a while. With inflation rising, gold is one of the best hedges that is out there right now. It is testing the high of 2011. So if we can get above that, this high will be really significant. This level right here, around which was a 2020 high. Okay, so 194. So if we can get above that, gold can really take off here. Let's have a look at XLU. So this is utilities. Utilities are going to do well with energy, right? So these are defensive sectors. So utilities are testing the highs of the 2020 highs. Okay, so if the utilities really get going here, we can see the sector really take off. That'll be a really important idea to watch here. And top utility stocks that I have on my scanner right now, I'll just share them with you guys. Give me a second here. So top utility stocks that I'm watching right now that fit my criteria is AEP. Okay, so AEP is really strong right now. You guys can see right now MACD is turning up. RSI is a little above 70, which is great. It's setting up to be a bullish trend here. I want to see a pullback. It did consolidate here. You guys can see this is a long consolidation for AEP, right? So this is very long. Okay, so the longer the consolidation, the bigger the break. So this is something significant to keep an eye on AEP. We can test a 104 very soon on AEP. Okay, this is something good to keep an eye on. And then CEG is the next one. Okay, relatively newer company, but it is strong because the sector is strong. Remember, it's not a stock market, it's a market of stocks. So you will see a lot of these new companies that are in here that are showing up, right? And so this company is pretty good. We'll see what they do. The other one is CNP. CNP is Crest Point Energy. Oh, sorry, Central Point Energy. So Central Point Energy, once again, same thing. It's just following the trend. So right now, if you guys are trend traders and following what sector is hot, as you guys can see, as I go through my list, you can find a lot of these stocks that can continue to move, which can help you earn some money even in this bearish market. So in a market, money's always rotating. So right now, it's in energy companies, right? So utilities. So utilities are doing really well. Let's have a look at the next sector here. EEM, emerging markets. You could say this is a bull flag, but it's a downward channel right now on the weekly. I'm not going to touch any emerging market companies just until we start, catching some upward moves here, because this can fail very aggressively, right? So even this was a downward channel, try to pop up, nothing, and then it came down eventually. So not really going to trade this unless it gets above 50 here, and then I'll maybe start considering some companies here. Okay, so below that we have XLY, which is consumer discretionary. Once again, they're in a downward channel, and not a lot happening here for consumer discretionary right now. They are breaking down. No stocks in particular that I would like to see here, to be very honest. Nothing really. So let's move on to the next one. XLE Energy. We just went through the energy stocks, and you can see energy is breaking this downwards trend here, right? So this is something important to keep a watch on and to see what happens in the coming weeks. And this is important, right? This is a big downtrend line break since 2014, and it's going to test the highs, which was tested last in 2018, right? So if we can get above this, the zone of 84, you're going to go past 2015 highs, right? So this would be a big level for energy. So you can see here, the buy sell rates are up. The volumes has been up for weekly. So week over week, it's been rising. There's been more sells than buys. Sorry, there's been more buys than sells here in this sector. Let's look at XLB. So materials, they're consolidating here. There are some more sells here. Buy sell rates are declining here, so materials can take a hit due to supply chain. So keep a watch on it. Right now it's in consolidation mode. Volume node is getting big. If basic materials do drop, we're going to see a drop quickly to 63, or we need a push above 92 here. All right, so XLP is consumer staples. Okay, so consumer staples. Consumer staples is okay right now. I'm not too worried about it. Buying is coming in. Once again, it makes sense for them to be doing well right now. So we'll see how they do in the coming weeks. Right now, just this tight consolidation, holding an important level here, right here at 75, and it's making a down. It's making a bull flag almost. So, however, a bull flag for it to be valid, I'd like to see a pullback here. Which is doing, then a close below this level 77 and a push above 78, and just keep going from there. Okay, so semiconductors, obviously you guys can see for yourselves, buy sell rates are down right now. They're increasingly getting bigger to the downside, and we'll see what happens here. Buy sell rates are important to watch here, and you can see the volume is getting stronger on the sell side rather than the buy side. It's below a critical support level that it had. It's set. So right now, it's important to watch this zone right here. If we're right now below or at the weekly point of control here. However, if we can get below 254-ish, I'd be worried for semiconductors, because it has room to fall. Right, so if we get floor to 41, we can go very quickly to the downside here. So semiconductor is one of those things where you want to keep an eye on. Okay, so S&P 500. Let's have a look at this weekly candle, undecided. Okay, so typically this is on a trend line. I would take this very, very lightly, because there's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people are taking this that, okay, there's a hammer, and then we got a weekly doji possible. We can get a move to the upside. I'm not trading this to the upside. I haven't taken any plays over the weekend, so we'll see what happens. I'm still bearish on SPY as long as it's below 448, this level right here. Okay, and and as long as this demand holds, you know, we're bullish. So it's in consolidation between these two areas. If you want to look at another way, which is the way I look at it, is the wave down, right? So selling pressure, you can really tell every time I try to pull back, it just got, sellers came in and sold. Basically, instead of buying the dips, they're selling the rips. Okay, so the selling pressure wave down versus the waves up have been, you know, selling pressure has been dominant. Okay, so this is something to keep an eye on. We can still see more selling coming in. So on SPY, I'm neutral. I'm not gonna, you know, go too hard on SPY right now, but I wouldn't invest too much money into buying the dip as of yet. All right, so if you look at the triple Qs, right? Look at the Qs here. We're in a consolidation zone. It's an important level here for the Qs. It can bounce. I want to see a close above. I want to see a close above 359. If we can't get a close above 359, then we're still bearish on this particular stock right here. Okay, so it needs to close above that level. If it doesn't, you'll see a further fall down here, and the next level here is a 297. All right, so that's the Qs. DIA, Dow Jones. Dow Jones is breaking down a little bit here, as you guys can see. It's making a top. Now, confirmation here is where it's currently at right now, and we can see just the sheer weakness in this. So if we can get a close below this level right about here, we're gonna easily go down to 322. But as you guys can see, right, look at the volume profile, it's expanding here. So in order to be sure if it's accumulation or distribution, if this breaks down and retests and fails, we know this is distribution. There's more sellers that are adding to their positions here. Where's the next level of support? We can easily say right about here at 315-ish. So then below that around 288. Okay, so this is something to keep an eye on. There's a lot that's happening here. So these sectors, XLV, healthcare sector is starting to rise. Buys are starting to come in, and we can see the buy-sell rates increasing here. So this is something just to keep an eye on. Okay, so what could possibly happen here? All right, so these are all the different things that we got going on in the market. Hope you guys enjoyed the segment here, how I cover the market. If you guys want to cover anything else, just let me know. Leave it in the comments below. All right, guys, have a great week. Trade safe.